Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm going to talk about the Two of Wands today and my Kate Bush song choice for this card. I thought we'd start with the Painted Tarot, this beautiful deck. I love the energy of this deck. And the reason I chose this, just briefly, so this is the traditional image from the Rider-Waite. And I often feel uncomfortable with this image. I know it's of its time, but like in 2025, this just feels too colonial to me. This has colonial connotations, this man with this globe in his hand. And I much prefer this version. I love the way this here could be a globe. Or I think it could be, looks to me like a crystal ball or something. And I love the expression on her face. She looks determined. She's made a decision, maybe something she's been thinking about for a while. And this is just before a moment of action, I feel, and sort of with this sense of movement here as well. The colours, the turquoise and the red, I don't know if this is intentional or not, whether the artist intended this, but they're the same or very similar to those in the Thoth Tarot. And Crowley calls this dominion. So we've got this real sense of power and action. We have Aries in Mars. Aries is a fire sign. It's a cardinal sign. It's very happy in Mars. We tend to think of Aries as very creative, and cardinal signs love starting things. Maybe it's hard to carry those through and persist when things get boring, but they definitely, maybe they're the sort of person that has lots of projects on the go. And there's a lot of optimism, I think, in this card. It is my card for June. Every year I do a year ahead reading, which I think of as a sort of weather forecast. So I think of it as maybe what energy is around that month. And at the very least, it gives me a chance to really focus on one card a month and kind of get a little bit deeper into the meanings. And then what I will do, what I've been doing since I've started creating this deck, is I will put this card up on my altar. And so that's another kind of added layer to it, because this is something that I have created myself. So I feel I've got a sort of deeper, more personal relationship with the card through that. And I have, it does feel, at this time in my life, this feels like a really relevant card. I had burnout around 4 or 5 years ago. And because I was so overwhelmed by things, I really had to withdraw a lot and cut back on a lot of my responsibilities and the things that I could do just to kind of take care of myself. And because I feel like my nervous system was so rewired by that experience, that I now have to be more careful and cautious about what I take on. But I can sense maybe that I am starting to think about things and to go out into the world a bit more again. And just lastly, just one of my favourite representations of this card is from the Mary L Tarot. And I love this Two of Wands. This feels like a portal, something we're entering. There's this mystery here. And I think that is the key to this card. The danger, I suppose, whenever we act, is that we maybe get led astray or don't get influenced by other people, or we're not really doing what we want to do. And I think when I think of the most decisive people I know, or when I have felt decisive myself, I think it is they are governed more by their heart and their feelings and how something feels. I think you can spend I mean, I'm a Gemini, so I'm very good at doing this. You can spend ages weighing up pros and cons, and it almost gets you nowhere. It kind of almost fuels the indecision. But if you think about a decision and from your heart or how your body feels about it, that's often a really big clue about what we really want, rather than what we think we should want, and all those things. So this is kind of what I've gone for with my song choice. The song I've chosen has come, just before I show it, comes again from the Red Shoes album. And I know I've talked about this before, how this album has particularly strong spiritual references, I think. And I think possibly because of the time, because Kate Bush seems, she lost her mother during that time. She had a breakup of her long-term relationship with Del Palmer. She was going through a really difficult time. And I think that's why the spiritual references are there. So this song is Constellation of the Heart. And I love this, put your eye right up to the glass now. And this sense of, I'll just, actually, let me just find the lyrics. So in the song, she sings, we take all the telescopes and we turn them inside out and we point them away from the big sky. Put your eye right up to the glass now and we'll find the constellation of the heart. And, as other people said, that reference to the big sky seems to be a reference to her own song from The Hounds of Love. And maybe a change of perspective from her. I think of, and I have chosen a card already for Big Sky. And I think the Big Sky can be seen as quite an ambitious card. It's about, looking out, sort of broadening horizons. But the downside of that is it can be about maybe seeking external validation or looking for external approval for things, and that deciding our decisions. And so what I was saying about, going to your heart, that is possibly what Constellation of the Heart is, that in a way, to know what we truly feel, sometimes we have to shut out those outside influences, because we can get led astray by them. What I like, I hope I've got this right, I think this is from the Big Sky video. So I liked that link between the two songs. And also it's a great image, isn't it, for this song. And also I was quite excited to find that the camera had a 2 on it for the 2 of 1. So it felt like the perfect photo in all those respects. So that is my 2 of 1s. Always be very interested to know what you think of Constellation of the Heart, and what other cards you might think of, other songs you might think of for this card. Right, thank you as always for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.